Charlo versus Castano, and what a brilliant performance from Charlo. Charlo has put together just a nice career, especially the past 4 or 5 years, where he's put together, like, look at the 7-fight run he's going on, to where he's fought Castano twice, Harrison twice, Lubin, Trout, Rosario. He's fought the top guys available to him in the division, and he's come out undisputed with all the belts. He defended his only 2 blemishes, or avenged his only 2 blemishes, with knockout victories. Knocking out Harrison in the 11th round, knocking out Castano in the 10th round. He's everything that's great for the sport, man. He's sort of like a 154-pound version of Carl Froch, except he's come out on top of the division at the end of the day, where Carl Froch had that run where he fought all the top guys available to him at 168, and had a great career in the process. Went on a 12-fight run where he went 10-2. His only losses to Ward and Kessler, and avenged the Kessler loss. But 154 Charlo has come out on top with all the belts in a tough division where guys at the top are mixing it up. So at this point, you go from, is Jermell Charlo a top 10 pound for pound guy, to where does 154 Charlo, where does Jermell Charlo fit in the top 10 pound for pound? It's not if now, it's he's there. Where is he there? And then it becomes a discussion as how close is he to Hall of Fame? He's one of 6, 7 guys, whatever the list is at now, who has become undisputed in the 4-belt era. And he has an opportunity to add to that because he's still in his prime in his career. So just a great run from Charlo. Great career so far. And also on top of that, just a great performance altogether. And he's adding to this list of guys who are currently putting on great performance after great performance in boxing. I mean, just look at recently Errol Spence Jr., Tyson Fury, Shakur Stevenson, Dimitri Bivol, and now you can add Jermell Charlo to that list. It just, I like how he fought, the adjustments he made. You can tell clearly that when they were in training camp for this fight, that anytime Charlo's back touched the ropes, they made the adjustment that you get off those ropes. You do not let Castano get in a groove when your back touches the ropes to where he can get combination punches off against you. So anytime his back touched the ropes, you saw it early in the fight, he was tactically clinching in those spots. He also threw the jab off the ropes and then right hands behind it, but he never let Castano get comfortable in this fight. I agree with where the official scorecard judges were. I had it 88-83 at the end of the fight at the stoppage. I just thought that Castano was doing some good work in spots, but for the most part, this was a Charlo fight. He dictated the pace of the fight, and that's the big thing for me, is when I saw him coming out the way he came out, assertive, strong, aggressive, I thought to myself, and I even tweeted it out a couple times, is can he keep up with this pace? Can he keep with this pace throughout 12 rounds? Where is he going to look in the second half of the fight? When rounds 8 and 9 roll around, will he be able to continue this pace where he's leading with the jab, where he's throwing power right hands behind it, where he's keeping most of the fight in the middle of the ring, keeping Castano honest, because Castano was doing so much work to get on the inside in this fight. So much more work than he had to do in the first fight because of that stiff jab, the power punching behind it. And the thing is, Charlo did a good job with the jab and the power punching in the first fight. But he still lost the fight in most people's eyes because Castano was still able to get on the inside and do his work. But Charlo made that slight adjustment of not allowing Castano to get off when Charlo's back was against the ropes. And he was able to do that by leading with the jab, keeping the jab in Castano's face, making Castano work so much to get on the inside. And he did that by being the stronger, sharper fighter all fight. And that's what he was. With some exceptions, he was the stronger, sharper fighter for most of the night. And Castano had to go through hell in order to get inside and get his work done. And I never saw a point in this fight where Charlo was really in trouble, hurt. For the most part, he had control of this fight and stopped Castano late. So just a great performance by Charlo, great adjustments, kept up the pace. He's an economical fighter. So you said if he can throw in the 50s per round and keep that up, then fine. I don't buy the CompuBox stats that Castano landed more power shots. I just don't buy that. I think that's just wrong. Charlo landed more power shots. He landed the better power shots. He landed the more effective power shots. By every way of judging a fight, he was the more effective fighter, and it showed. And it was one of the reasons why he was able to get that stoppage late and finish off Castano. So just a brilliant performance by Charlo. Show that man the respect he deserves. Great fighter.